Unlock unlimited mobile internet for your whole family with Maxis Unlimited Postpaid.
Let's try this again. So as COVID continues, one of the things that I think most of us have trouble with is paying our bills. For those of you that are on Maxis, y'all might have noticed that every month, about a week or so before your bill is due, they start sending you these passive-aggressive SMSs like, in case you've forgotten, your bill is coming up. Don't forget to pay your bill. Like, how am I supposed to not forget? You fucking send me an SMS, you send me notifications in the app, you send me God knows what else. So yeah, as the days were coming up to the time I was supposed to pay my bill, and knowing that I wouldn't be able to pay it, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna make things last up until the point that I could pay my bill, which is hopefully in the next few days, because I do have some money coming in. I've unfortunately got to take out from my one of my savings, my insurance savings, which is annoying, but hey, that's why we have insurance, right? So yeah, money is coming in, so I am able to pay that bill, but I need an extension. Now, for those of you who have been trying to get extensions for your bills during COVID, you may have noticed that things are fucked up. Like back in the day, you would use Maxis' customer service line 123, and you would be given a bunch of options and the option to talk to a human being if it was something that their automation couldn't figure out. Not anymore. Now, things are a lot more streamlined. And by streamlined, I mean, we're not gonna give you that many options. I've seen it on Facebook a lot, people asking like, how do I contact this for Maxis? How do I contact that for Maxis? The unfortunate option is actually to have to physically go to the Maxis Center, any Maxis Center near you. And this is basically what happened to me yesterday, trying to figure this all out, because all I need is an extension. And I know calling the phone line is not gonna work because that's what's happened before. Now, the last time that I needed an extension, I had to physically go to a Maxis Center so that they could call up their customer service, because here's the messed up thing. The Maxis Centers cannot help you in any way possible for any problems due to billing or your account in general, because that's handled by customer service, who aren't picking up the phone. So I get to the Maxis Center in Tamantoon and I'm queuing up, and one person's there. I tell them what my issue is. I need to get an extension for my bill. They say, have you been barred yet? I say no. Have you tried calling the line? I say, I know the line is not gonna help me, so that's why I'm here. She passes the buck to someone else. That someone else can't be bothered to deal with me because he wants to deal with the customer who's buying something. Because that's what the Maxis Centers are for you to buy shit, buy an account, get a phone, etc. Not to help you out. So finally the other lady comes back, gives me the number, and then another lady comes to attend to me, but doesn't key in that I'm being attended, so my number is still somewhere up there. And when I left the place, it said that I'd missed my number. Just a terrible system. So anyway, I go over, the lady asks me what the problem is, because of course the first lady didn't tell her anything. I explain everything again. She gives me the same spiel that the other lady gave of, have you called the number, are you barred? And of course I give all the same answers. So then she gives me this little post-it note with some phone numbers. Direct lines to the Maxis collection department. Now this number is not available publicly anywhere. I've checked. I actually went and checked to try and find out if that number was available anywhere. No, it isn't. Only the 123 and the 1-800 version of basically the 123 number. So I guess this number's a secret? I don't know. So yeah, I basically left my house, braved COVID, in order for people to give me a phone number to call up, because they weren't gonna call it themselves. So I go home and I call this number and I wait for about 8 minutes. I actually screen recorded the entire conversation because I was hoping to record the conversation, but unfortunately I didn't realize that screen recording a phone call doesn't record the audio. But I did record the audio later on so that I could fix it in post. And basically it was 8 minutes of this.
There's a quicker way to find out what's the problem with your home Wi-Fi.
Bring home Maxis Fiber. Bring home more joy. Enjoy super
For your whole family with Maxis Unlimited Postpaid and Fiber Plan.
Finally I get through. And the person on the other end, again, gives me the same spiel that the two ladies at the Maxis Center gave. Have you tried calling the main customer service line? Yes, I have. There's no option to get through to billing. To which he says, yes, there is. It's option number 4 when you call up the Maxis customer service line. We'll get to that one in a bit. And I tell him, okay, fine, I'll try that later. But for now, this is my issue. I'll be able to pay probably by the end of the week, but at the latest next week. So then they tell me that as of 2 years ago, their policy is extensions are only for 2 days. Which I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, extensions are only for 2 days and that's only in the case of an emergency. To which I remind him, we're in a pandemic and have about an average of 20,000 cases a day. This is kind of an emergency. People can't work. He just tells me, okay, best you can do is extend it till Friday, which thankfully I'll be able to pay. Fingers crossed if my money comes in by then. So yeah, the guy gave me an extension till Friday, and then just to test out whether or not what he said was true, I called 123 and then checked out the options, and these are the only options you have.
To self-serve your billing information, buy internet pass, manage payment, and share lines from your smartphone via visual menu, press 1. For Jaringan Prihatin subsidy, press 2. Otherwise, to proceed with voice IVR, press star.
Just on a whim, I thought, okay, maybe pressing 4 is like a secret code. So I pressed 4.
I'm sorry, I couldn't recognize your selection.
Yeah, those options don't exist, which basically means the customer service person is not informed of the fact that they've completely changed their customer service line. So right now, if you call the regular 123 customer service, you have 2 options. None of them are to talk to someone. And the first option, when you press it, they send you a URL to sort your shit out. Thinking about all this and experiencing all that really made me go, what the hell is going on? I noticed this happen after the pandemic happened. So basically, once the pandemic happened and a lot of people were calling you because they needed help, you got rid of all the options for your customers to talk to a human being. Okay, your customer service department has been downsized. I understand. But you've also taken away the options to automate all the other things that we as customers need. That's kind of cold-blooded because the only options you give is how to buy shit and how to pay your bill. There's no option for if I have a problem with paying my bill, which I'm sure a lot of people have. Like you've literally taken away the options for us to complain or to seek actual financial help. I don't get it. I don't get how cold-hearted you could possibly be, Maxis. I've been a customer since 2006, and before that, I was on my dad's supplementary line. My dad has been a customer since the 90s, and you've been increasing his bill. He called me up and he was like, I don't get it. I keep getting notifications from Maxis. My bill keeps getting higher and I don't understand why. And I can't tell him to call customer service because you don't have one. The fuck? First off, he's been a fucking customer for over 2 decades. The least you could do was give him a good free phone. Gave him a shitty Samsung that you usually give for $1. You know, my dad is from a generation that really practices brand loyalty. Like, if they're down with a company, they are down with it. They will follow them till the end of the road. He's considering leaving you, Maxis, because that's how badly you've treated him. And the sad fact of the matter is, as much as I would like to leave, I don't think any other network provider and internet provider can give me a better service. I honestly don't think so. Ever since COVID, if I'm not mistaken, like there have been so many complaints that Maxis and a bunch of the other internet and phone network providers have been hit with fines for poor service. Those fines aren't cheap, and yet you're not using that money to improve things? I don't get it. And I especially just don't get the idea of, you know what? There's too much shit to handle in our customer service. You know what we'll do? We'll just get rid of actual customer service. Maxis has kind of been known in store to have bad customer service to begin with. But your phone customer service has always been like really good. I'll be honest, like the Tamantun branch of Maxis is the branch where I actually saw a Maxis employee in the customer service line tell a customer that she's a bitch. Like straight up, just called it, you're a bitch, to her face. And you know what the woman said? Without missing a beat, takes one to know one. That woman is my fucking hero. And I just watched it just smiling because I had the exact same issue that she was having with her bill. So I was just waiting to watch how this all plays out. And then when I got up, I just said, yeah, I had the same problem as her, so can we fix this? That woman that called her a bitch, manager came out, sorted it out, but no one ever apologized for her behavior, which was amazing. And that was like the norm. Like if you went physically to a customer service center, you probably weren't gonna get great service. But if you called the customer service center, you would get good service because they were properly trained. Where are all those trained people now? I don't hear him. Even the guy that I called, like, it sounded like I woke him up out of bed, like he was taking a nap or something. And here's the thing, I don't blame them. I don't blame the guy that was on the phone with me. I don't blame the two ladies and the other guy who just blew me off at the customer service center. I actually don't blame them. I blame their bosses. I blame their management, and I blame all the people high up because that's how you train them. It is so obviously such a capitalist move to just get money during the pandemic and not help people. And that is cold fucking blooded. Because of all that, and because I know that a lot of people have had difficulties trying to call up Maxis to sort out their bill, you don't have to like go back and freeze frame to check out what their phone number is. It's gonna be in the description and it's gonna be right down here just in case you need it. I'm also just gonna post it all on my Facebook and Twitter and whatever because, hey man, that number's not going to be so private anymore because people need to be able to call that number. People need customer service. Stop redirecting us to your WhatsApp chat. Like, we can't even email you anymore. What the fuck is up with that? We can't email you. The only way we can communicate you in text is by WhatsApp and Twitter. That's not a great way to have a conversation. And as for this whole, like, 2 days and that's the only amount of extension you're going to give, so what? Like, so some family that can't pay it for the next 2 weeks, let's say, or a month, just has to sit there with no internet and not be able to work from home, not be able to prove their vaccination, not be able to scan in, to be able to go to a supermarket or a bank. Like, what the fuck, guys? But yeah, I guess I'm stuck with Maxis because honestly, I don't know what other provider will be able to give me a better service. In fact, I would like to challenge any other network provider that also provides broadband. If you can honestly promise me that you can do better than Maxis, not just in terms of the product and services, I'm talking about your customer service. If you are that confident that you can do better, I would gladly switch to you. I would gladly do that. Absolutely, 100%. But the truth of the matter is, I don't think any of you dare to make that promise. So I guess I'm stuck sucking on Maxis' dick like the whore I am because that's the internet that I need to use. Well played, Maxis. You got us all. Fuck you.